Hi class, I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your digital memoir story and go through the PowerPoint to make sure that you're clear on what you need to do. So I'm here in discussions under digital memoir story, and I open up the PowerPoint here. I'm gonna make it large screen so we can all see it. There we go. So here we have digital storytelling in the writing classroom, word, image, and tune. So we're going to be adding those three parts together to make a little movie of your writing. I like this quote here. Art is not a mirror held up to reflect reality, but a hammer in which to shape it. And that's what you're doing. You're really shaping your ideas into a piece of art. So there's lots of new digital tools to use, and I'm going to show you the ones that I suggest. A digital storytelling by design is a narrative plus images plus music. It's going to bring together a personal narrative with computer technology, a short first-person narrative combined with recorded voice, still or moving images, and music and other sounds. So the story is the noun and the digital is the adjective. And this form's all about writing in concert, so you want everything to go together. You have your 800 to 1,000 word essay, but you are going to need to cut it down to 300 words. I suggest doing that by taking a highlighter, going through your current essay, and highlighting the most important parts of the essay. You're going to have to pull out a lot of the description, but some of the things you're going to be pulling out are going to be replaced by pictures. So instead of having to describe a house that you lived in, you may have a picture of the house that you lived in. So you may not need that description as strongly in order for your story to still make sense. There's some examples here. Digital storytelling is not just something we're doing in class. One of the reasons we want to do it is because it is prevalent all over. You've seen them before. There's a Nike ad here, an Airbnb one, if you would like to click on those and watch those. Those are some professional examples. What you might notice is the brevity and importance of the narrative and the power of a single voice. So you want this idea of this personal narrative maybe moving beyond yourself and a way that the text and image are moving in kind of an economic way, which means that you are going to want to make sure that each word counts. So you want to have a clear point of view, perhaps a dramatic question or hook, that's your introduction. Emotional content, it is narrative, so the goal is to entertain and connect with your audience. I want you to have your voice in the background. I know most of us don't like to have that, but it's an important part of your story. Soundtrack, I'm going to give you some options to use of that. Make sure that the soundtrack also adds to the story. Sometimes students have used soundtracks that are very distracting or I can't hear your voice with them. So you're going to want to make sure that that makes it impactful and doesn't detract from what you're trying to say in your story. Economy, only 300 words, it's not very long. And pacing, make sure you keep the story moving. So it's all about do it yourself. You have your written narrative, your own voice. Hopefully you have some images of your own, but if not, I'm going to give you some areas to go to for some free images. And then music, perhaps created by you if you are musical, friends, family, or some free online content. So experiment with this. It's short, text and image brought together. Here are the details, right? 300 words, images, music, sounds, and copyright is always an issue. So make sure that you use things that are either copyright free or are your own personal one. So there's some different tools here you can use. I linked the Adobe Spark because I find it the most useful, but you can use any of these. And if you are familiar with other devices or other video editing software, please feel free to use it. Everyone is kind of using these, so the most important thing, of course, is that you have fun with it. These are in a discussion, so our entire class is going to be able to use them and watch them, so know that they're going to be public within our classroom. And I'm hoping we'll have some time to watch them in class. It will kind of depend how things go. Here's the link here for the Adobe Spark. The one that we watched in class I thought was really helpful. That's Bianca's. And I did want to point out that her whole topic and her whole title of her essay was contrasts. And you saw how visually the contrast kind of worked, and she changed kind of the contrast of her video in order to enhance her thesis or her story. Bianca also had a lot of strong reflection. She said things like we talked about with Amy Tan, you know, looking back I now realize, and all those kind of poignant moments that really make her story strong. So I hope you have fun with this digital storytelling, and make sure you just push reply here. There you go. And then if you would like to, you can record, upload your media right here. That's a way to do it. You can select your video file there. You can also insert your media here if you would like to embed it. You can do that from YouTube or other places where you would like to publish your work. So I look forward to seeing these from you. As always, if you guys have any questions, please just make sure you email me. I'll be checking that all weekend. So let me know if you need anything.